Hello and welcome back to Equipped, this time out of the studio and into the park. So we're having a bit of a wander today, having a bit of a chat about 2025, what we're looking forward to. So if we haven't said it already, Happy New Year. It's from all of us, everyone at the team.
Are we not past the point of where you can no longer say that now?
I think it's okay until the end of January.
Until the end of January?
I think if you get to the end of the first quarter, I think if you're in March and you're still saying Happy New Year, it's a problem. Let us know in the comments. So Happy New Year anyway.
Happy New Year.
Regardless. Hope it's going well for you. We just wanted to have a little bit of a chat about some of the things that we're up to and where we're hoping to go over 2025, some of the things we're excited about. Harry, how about you? What's kind of floating your boat going forward for 2025 for you?
Oh, there's so many things. A big one for me, I think, is as we've got E-Factor going now, the emotional intelligence assessment tool. Pushing forward with that, we're seeing a lot more interest now from corporate clients, which is exactly what we kind of wanted to see with that, because we know how important emotional intelligence is for teams and organisations. Sure. So keep pushing on that. It's good to see more and more companies caring about emotional intelligence now. You see a lot more of that written in like the blurb of the websites, even when they're recruiting. It's one of those key skills that they look for. So I'm really chuffed about that. But as well, something we've never really tapped into directly before that I'd like to see us do more of, and I think we are, is getting into health and well-being and mental health and things like that, because the connection between what we're known for, which is primarily emotional intelligence development, ties so much into mental health. And whilst there are quite a lot of people out there doing, helping people with mental health and things like that, I just feel like there's almost a bit of a gap there for people to incorporate emotional intelligence skills into mental health. Because I feel like if you strip emotional intelligence back to its core principles, it's about awareness of how you feel, and then what can you do to manage those feelings, awareness of how other people feel, and then what can you do to help them manage that as well. And I think if you apply those just core principles to mental health, it actually gives you a lot of tools that you can use to support you and support others. So I feel like that's going to be a big kind of agenda point for us moving into this year.
For sure. And I think there's an element of, yes, there's a point of that for once somebody is in a situation where mental health is a big factor in their lives, and emotional intelligence will help. We did mention in the recent podcast that we did on individual differences in personality and stuff around diagnostical and statistic manual, for example, and how there's little in there explicitly about emotional intelligence, but implicitly they are talking about emotional intelligence being something that's useful, but it's definitely preventative as well. If people are more emotionally intelligent, then that may well increase resilience, that may help with things like burnout and stress in the workplace and those kinds of stuff, which prevents things going too far down that road in the first place. But we've also got students that are on our MSc program that work in those areas, which we're lucky in that way. So we have people that work in psychiatry and organizational psychology and those kinds of things in our student base, and so we get to see the research being done through our program, the MSc, on how they can make a difference or find gaps in the research and start to look at things like that as well. So we can look at things from different directions, I guess, from application and a research point of view within the IA. So that's great.
Yeah, 100%. And what about you? What's your lead and agenda point for this year?
Again, I think the corporate side is fantastic. It's really good to see that organisations are starting to really embrace emotional intelligence, and it's starting from the top. We've got people at the top of some of large organisations that are opening up and talking about emotions and the importance of emotions and stress and resilience and burnout and psychological safety and all of those things. And we know that we're well placed to help in those areas and are helping in those areas. And it's great to see more of that. So I think developing more of that element, looking at how we can look at where are we from an emotionally intelligent point of view and psychological safety and all those things, and what can we do to improve those to just make work more fun. So people get up in the morning, go to work, and don't dread work. And if there are problems, which there will be, you've got to be realistic in this world. Things are never perfect, but there's the ability to be able to talk about your insecurities, talk about the issues you have, and work those out in a very respectful, amicable way with people that are willing to listen and understand, and hopefully work together as teams to improve the workplace environment. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing more of that work. Again, with the emotional intelligence side and the MSc work we do, looking on develop on that. There's a lot of developments going on in the background with regards to the MSc and working on developing programs, news coming around MScs on emotional intelligence.
Can you give us any more ticklers about that?
Watch this space. So yeah, we're looking at developing our academic program, getting possibly another award coming up in the near future, so watch this space. So looking forward to that and doing a lot of work in the background on some of those. So we've got that element. And what else do I want to do? Well, I think continuing some of this, really enjoying this, so making sure that we get quality content out as well. And what would be useful for us is finding out, what sort of things you're interested in as well, to find out what you want to hear from us. Because one of the benefits that we have, but also one of the challenges we have, is the amount of topics that we cover in our training programs, in our coaching, something else that I'm enjoying doing at the moment as well. And there's so many things that we could talk about. We don't want to bore you forever and ever and a day on everything. So, what would you like to hear from us? But we enjoy these kinds of things, these more informal chats, and we don't like being lecturers, so we don't just want to talk and do lecture-y content about a topic. So looking at applications. So I'm looking forward to thinking more creatively about what kind of content we can get out there. And I'm doing a lot more one-on-one recently as well, which is nice. So doing some one-on-one coaching and mentoring as well. So mentoring new trainees in the SCAN system. So we've got people in the US and in Europe that are becoming trainers on the SCAN system. So I'm enjoying have that one-to-one content and spending time with people and seeing how they're going to apply 6-channel analysis system within their sector, whether that's psychiatry, whether that's law enforcement, and having those conversations and developing their knowledge and skills in order to then train other people in those in their sectors is something, because it teaches me something each time as well, which is good.
Yeah, because that was a big thing for you going towards the end of 2024 actually, was that kind of shift from, pre-COVID, all our stuff was in live workshops, so we'd be in big rooms with big groups of people, and then obviously when lockdown occurred, shifted everything to live virtual, got the studio set up with the multiple cameras and stuff, trying to make it as close as possible to a workshop. But then we've also realised that people kind of people still like the live workshops. So that's something that's going to be on the agenda for this year is, how do we bring more and more of that back? I think the conference is helping with that as well. That gives us a good excuse to get everyone back. But doing more one-to-one coaching, that was something we've always wanted to do, because we are such a small team. It's resource heavy. It's something we always kind of struggle to implement, but I think with the technology we have, the technology that people have now, it's much easier to kind of pull that together. And it obviously took off really, really well at the end of last year, and it looks like that's going to continue. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, and it's a good way of delivering for people that have complicated schedules and things, and it's really difficult for them to attend some of the live courses and stuff. So it's an extra delivery method. So looking forward to that. And you mentioned the conference, obviously that's exciting all of us, so we're really looking forward to that. It's going to be first of its kind on emotional intelligence in the wonderful city of Manchester. Great venue at Manchester Hall, so all getting together and having a great 3 days essentially, talking about a topic we love and are very passionate about, emotional intelligence from heart and mind's point of view, looking at things more cognitively, looking at things from a a more emotional intelligence side, but different ways, emotions and thoughts. And the speakers that we've got with Natsumoto and Ledoux, and lots of our friends that are coming along as well.
Got Matt Brackett just signed up as well, so that'll be a big one.
Yeah, so it's going to be great. And so we've got a lot of interesting speakers that are going to give us their take on things. And again, we'll learn. So anytime we get a chance to learn something, as well as educate, suits me down to the ground as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely. And I guess one thing that I would like to see more of, and this is on the back of the success of the coaching one-to-ones you've been doing, is it opened up much more of the American market, which we're very popular. When you look at the people who follow us on the social media platforms, who visit our website, it is predominantly America. And we've never really had an offering over there to be able to actually give these people our services directly, because we're always stuck to the time zones of the UK, Europe type thing. So that would be something I think we can work harder on this year, is finding ways that we can actually bring a lot of the stuff we're doing over here and marketing it and delivering it over there.
Yeah, for sure. And definitely some of the work I've been doing recently with mentoring in particular is in that American marketplace, and in particular in law enforcement. There seems to be a big influx of that as well in American law enforcement. And it's nice to see that those high stakes contexts are being handled in a way. And there's a lot of body language training out there, for example, and it's nice to see people wanting to take the science and embed that into these high stakes contexts, and deal with things like the analysis of human behaviour in a responsible way, without using too many of the myths that are out there. So it's good to see that swing.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
So we've heard a little bit then about our kind of business objectives for the year, or our resolutions for the year. What about personal ones? Is there anything you personally want to be working on this year?
I've got so many hobbies and interests, as you know. So so personal ones, I think just enjoying the family life, which is great. It's good to see my middle son getting to the end of college, and he's looking forward to going to university. It's crazy. Yeah, he's looking forward to going to university, and my eldest is doing well in his career progression as well. And then my youngest is enjoying primary school, but he's only going to be there for a couple of years more, and then he's going to high school, which is so strange.
Nuts.
So it's enjoying the progression of the kids, which is fantastic. Music, obviously, I'm probably going to buy more musical instruments.
Go on, what's next on the list?
I don't know. I have no idea. Probably something really kind of random. No idea. Cello or something like that.
Yeah, an oboe.
Yeah, Chantal, I love that. So, an oboe. I don't have an oboe. It's a good point. But so probably just dive back into some music. Been doing a little bit of voiceover kind of work as well, like learning new stuff on voiceover things as well. So I enjoy doing some of that as well. It's just diving into things really. Oh, art. Got a blank easel on a blank canvas on an easel.
And what's an easel?
An easel holds canvases to do artwork.
A canvas holder.
Yeah, a canvas holder, an easel. So I've got a blank canvas. It's been a blank canvas for a while. It's just sitting there waiting to have something put on it. So at some point I'll put something on that as well.
What are you thinking? Watercolours?
No, acrylics.
Acrylics, wow, okay.
Acrylics, yeah. So I'll throw some paint at that at some point. No idea what. Probably be something EI related maybe at this rate.
Nice.
How about you? What's going on?
Me, you know what? My priority for this year is to finish off my house. So as you know, moved into my house a couple of years ago. Needed demolishing really, but kind of stopped just short of demolishing it. Fitted out all the insides, and now I just need to decorate. So from a personal perspective, that's a big one. Got to get that done. I'm going to drink less alcohol. I've done. You have no idea how hard it was to not use the word try in that sentence. I'm going to try and drink less alcohol. I'm going to drink less alcohol. So that's one. And the other one is I just want to get out on my bike more.
Yeah.
So, I bought my dream motorbike last year. It's the thing that, I used to have posters of this bike on my wall.
Tell us what bike that is, come on.
It's a Triumph Bonneville. So
yeah.
I passed
It's a very nice bike.
I love it. But I passed my test, I don't know, like 10 years ago. And then a couple of friends, my brother had some pretty big accidents, completely put me off it a little bit. And it literally took 10 years to build up the courage to actually go and get a bike. And now I've got one. It's just about getting some big trips in there. So I've got the Scotland NC 500. So I really want to do that. A little trip over to Ireland as well, maybe. Nice. Go down to Cork, travel around the coast. So yeah, that's it really. I'm trying to keep things simple so I don't disappoint myself. So house, less booze, more riding. I think that'll cover me for this year.
Yeah, I'll go with family musical instruments and probably more crafting as well, let's be so with the painting and stuff.
I mean, now you've emphasised family, it seems pretty ridiculous for me to not throw that one in there. Yeah, family. More family.
More family, yeah. And then, I think, I'm gonna help Chantal. She started off doing her little business there with Knotty Fingers Macrame. Big shout out there, doing some crafting herself. So
go on, tell us about that.
Yeah, so the macrame, I can't do it. It's creating craft items through knotting of yarn, and she's been doing lots of different things. Done a couple of craft shows recently as well over the Christmas period. So yeah, she's pushing that. So it's nice to kind of sort of home crafting business.
So what are you going to be doing then? Well. Painting a sign for the business?
Yeah, probably something like that. I'll just drive Chantal to wherever she needs to go and help set things up. But no, it's good.
Oh, so, nice.
Yeah. But there's lots of things. I think just onwards and upwards and being creative. So I'm sure by the time we get to June, we'll have had another about 30 different ideas of things that we're
no doubt
we're doing, knowing us. So yeah, enjoying the being creative. Got a new unit coming up at the moment as well with the MSc, so making sure that's all ready to go for the students that are currently on it. And it's all good. So there's always something new to be working on.
Nice. Well, awesome. I don't know about you, but it's bloody freezing out here.
It is very, very cold.
Should we
it's time to head back somewhere warmer?
Somewhere warmer.
Somewhere warmer.
All right. So we've found somewhere warmer.
We have.
It's much nicer in here, and there's refreshments as well.
You're doing well on that. Not drinking as much alcohol thing. It's a good start.
First one of the week.
First one.
It's a Friday, and it's the first one of the week. Although I did drink an entire litre of Kylie Minogue's alcohol-free Prosecco last night.
Right.
Did not do well for the guts, for the internals.
Oh, okay.
Would not recommend.
Not an endorsement.
No.
Okay. I'm sure it's fine. It's probably just Harry's body. But that said, this is a little bit that we've been doing, that we're planned to do for 2025, things we're looking forward to. It'd be really interesting to find out what you've got planned, personally and professionally. It'd be interesting, let us know. And if you've got any ideas on some of the things you want to hear from us, as we mentioned, let us know too. Anything else from you, Harry?
Absolutely not. Smashed it. Yeah, no, I'd be interested to hear what's cracking on in your world. So do let us know in the comments, and we'll see you on the next one.
Take it easy.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.